Right. All right. Welcome to tonight's webcast. You have been here invited by someone that cares about you. You're going to see an amazing opportunity and product that has been changing lives worldwide and is still something that very few people know about, which is an exciting opportunity. So we're going to get right into it. What we're going to go over tonight is the fact that we're in pre-launch right now to a very exciting point in time. We've been laying the foundation work for this for quite some years now, and it's finally time to really get this thing kicked off. So you were seeing this before many other people. This is oceanfront real estate, and you have the first mover's advantage by getting to see it first. There will be time to answer questions back with the person that invited you here afterwards, but please give me 20 to 30 minutes of your undivided attention. I'm going to go through this rather quickly because we're in a condensed amount of time. This is something that has to be done quickly, and so you can definitely get more information, more detailed information afterwards. It will send you links and have you get access to those websites, but I'm going to go over the overview. My name is Darren Burks. I'm 31 years old. I'm from Boston, Massachusetts. You can find me on those social media links that are listed below: Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, whatever it might be. I'm an entrepreneur. I've been one for the majority part of my life, and I build businesses. That's what I do. I have multiple different successful businesses that I run. I do Kayani, the business I'm about to show you right now. I do it, and is a passion of mine. It's something that I'm very passionate about, and it's my way of giving back. There's many ways to make money in life, and I found a lot of them. This is a way that I can actually have significance and really leave an imprint on the world. The reason why I became an entrepreneur and why I take this specific opportunity so seriously is I grew up rather poor. Both my parents worked really hard. My mother was a stay-at-home mom for the most part, but she did have odd jobs here and there. My father, he was a union floor layer, and he did that for many years. And we never really had much. You know, we never owned a house. We rented an apartment most of my whole life. I lived in an apartment, and I just watched them struggle. And at 14 years old, my mom passed away to ovarian cancer, and shortly after, my father passed away when I was 20, and then I was homeless shortly after that. And so a rapid progression of bad accidents happened, and it put me in a situation where I really had to look at life differently. I really had to evaluate how I ended up there, how most people end up there, what is going on with the world, and why people seem to be struggling more and more every day. And so when I found this opportunity here, it really brought my life full circle, and it's my way to give back. You know, there's many ways to be successful in life, but there's very few ways that you can actually take a significant amount of people along with you. And that's what I have to show you tonight, is a way that I can take a significant amount of people with me on this road to success. When I first saw this business, it was introduced to me, and immediately I kind of started getting pre-notions that it was something I've seen before. I built up a large social media following over the last few years of business, and I've been approached with every business under the sun, giving me some kind of sales pitch, and I've declined them all because I understand that a lot of companies like Amway and Herbalife and Mary Kay and these other companies are very successful companies. They're multi-billion-dollar companies, so the companies work. But the problem is everybody already knows about them. So those markets are saturated, and they've been around for 10, 20, 30 years, if not longer. And so there's no opportunity. With this, it's something that nobody knows about yet. We also don't offer a million products like Herbalife and other companies that have a huge array of products that you have to learn and figure out. And we only have 2 product lines, and we're only going to have 2 product lines because they're passionate and emotional products that we really truly put all of our must behind for these 2 specific lines. We have the highest pay compensation plan in the industry, and we also have a system set in place, which I'll go over as we go on, that sets us apart from any company you've ever seen before. This is not your average multi-level marketing company or network marketing company. This is something all to its own, and that's why I'm excited you're on this journey with us right now. Our company is called Kayani. We're founded by $2 billion families, the Hanson family and the Taylor family. The Hanson family owns one of the largest petroleum distributors in the North American area, and the Taylor family owns Taylor Farms, which is one of the largest distributor of potatoes in North America. We're an international wellness company, nutraceutical. So I don't like to say supplement, because I think supplement, I hear protein and all kinds of fitness things. This is a wellness company, and our product is food, not chemicals. So I like to call it an international wellness company. We're launched in 2007 in Idaho Falls, Idaho. We're in 64 countries right now. We're currently continuing to get into new countries, but we're already doing $250 million in annual sales. So the key is we're already doing $250 million. We're quarter of the way to $1 billion company, but we're still at less than 1% market penetration, that is the unicorn of business. You need to find a business that has already proven that it can stand the test of time, which we have. We're in business going on 11 years, and we still are at 1% market penetration, that is the perfect ideal business opportunity. You don't want to have something that is already saturated. You don't want to have something that's brand new yet, because 99% of those fail. You want to find that happy medium, and that's what you found here. And one of the things that I really stood out to me was these founders have never failed in business. They've never sold a business, and they have their hands in so many different industries: hotels, real estate development, convenience stores, gas stations, so many different things. And they've never failed, lost, sold, or even taken a business public. So Wall Street will never get a piece of what we do. They'll never have a say in how we run our business. And we're also a 100% debt-free company. We're in no debt whatsoever. The demand that we have here is, in 2016, the U.S. spent more than $320 billion on prescription medications. Americans account for about only 5% of the world's population, but we buy more than 50% of the pharmaceutical drugs. Physicians frequently diagnose chronic disease that are directly impacted by a diet and nutrition. And some of the top health problems in the U.S. comes from heart disease, cancer, arthritis, stroke, diabetes. These are problems that there's other places in the world that they don't have it. There's other places in the world that do not suffer from the same illnesses and diseases that we do because of what they put in their body. They're eating from the land. They're eating very, very strong nutrition that is keeping them healthy, and we're not. We have very nutritionally bankrupt food that we're eating, processed food that we're eating, and so that's a problem. In upcoming years, focus will shift from pharmaceutical treatment to natural care and prevention. That's happening, right? Already, that's happening. People are understanding that we can't live in a society of having one pill that takes care of one pill, that takes care of the side effects of another pill, and just medicating ourselves. And so this is one of the things I'm passionate about sharing with people, considering especially how my parents both passed away from cancer. The Triangle of Health is a flagship product. This is what we've built our business off of for the last 10 years. And I'm going to breeze through this. You can find more information on the product at KayaniScience.com. And also you can ask the person who invited you here to send you more information on it. I'm just going to breeze through it because I need to get into the business portion of it. We're on a time crunch. Sunrise is 22 superfoods condensed down into a 1 ounce liquid based off the wild Alaskan blueberry. It's a very, very strong antioxidant powered drink, and you rip it, you sip it in the morning. Sunset is a fish oil pill, but not like your normal fish oil pills that are big and fat and smell. Ours are cold pressed, they're nice and small, they hold on to 90% of nutritional value, unlike when you heat press a big fat one, you kill off 90% of nutritional value. And it's made with wild Alaskan sockeye salmon, which is a free-raised fish. It's not farm-raised, and it is not going to be high. We actually have no mercury content in ours whatsoever. It's not a scrap bottom feeder fish, which is paired with tocotrienols, which is the most potent form of vitamin E, and it's 50 times more potent than the average vitamin E that you see on the shelves that will cost you $20 or whatever it is. That would be tocopherols. Ours are actually 50 times more potent than that. A bottle of tocotrienols goes for around like $90 just for that. But that's just one ingredient in our products, which it's an amazing compound between those two things. Third product is Nitro Extreme and Nitro FX, which is a natural booster of your natural production of nitric oxide that comes from the noni plant concentrate. The noni plant comes from Southeast Asia, and it's been scientifically proven to increase your own production of nitric oxide, which is a gas that's in our body that's pertinent for every cellular function. It's a vasodilator. It helps your blood flow, helps infuse oxygen into your blood circulation, and that product alone could stand by itself and build $1 billion business just around that product. There is no other product like it. There's been 100,000 studies done on the effects and benefits of nitric oxide. There was a Nobel Prize given to the scientists that discovered nitric oxide. It's an extremely important part of the human life. And so these three products work synergistically together. Sunrise, you rip it, you sip it in the morning, don't have to eat with food. It's water soluble. Sunset, you take 3 capsules at night. It breaks down nice and easy. That's the only one that you want to have with a food source or around dinner time. Then Nitro, you take 3 drops throughout the day and you're good to go. They work together to promote cognitive function, to help effective stress management, healthy blood sugar levels and cholesterol levels, promotes increased energy, helps reduce inflammation, supports pain management, increases sexual function, supports cardiovascular health, increases cellular support, helps with our quality of sleep, which is one of the first things that people notice is they're sleeping better. When they fall asleep, they fall into a nice deep REM sleep and actually can wake up, whether it be 3-4 hours of sleep, they wake up fully refreshed and rejuvenated because they've actually fallen into a deep sleep. And you don't have to change your eating habits. This is not one of those fitness coaching systems. This is not something that you need to change your life around. It takes 30 seconds out of your day to take this nutrition. And whether you're completely healthy or you're riddled with medical issues or illnesses and ailments, you need this product, both of you, because this is stuff we should be putting in our body anyway. If you had a luxury sports car, you'd be throwing premium gasoline in it. I don't understand why we don't put premium food in our body. And this is premium food. And I do understand the fact that premium food usually costs a lot of money and is a pain to juice and blend food up and go to Whole Foods. But this is a system that's all done for you. And we like to joke and say it's a lazy man's way to get healthy. So it's just something that you add into your everyday life. The second product line is Fluoresce Anti-Aging Skincare System. This is a skincare system that we just came out with last March that uses some of the core ingredients from the actual nutraceutical product, being the blueberries and the noni plant, and is created the skincare system that is based on all natural ingredients. It is paired with the stem cell extract of the Swiss apple, and it increases skin cell turnover, repairs damaged skin, it hydrates the skin, it reduces fine lines, it brightens skin tone, the antioxidant protection, increases cellular support, smooths wrinkles, and builds collagen. So this is something that's brand new and fresh, and it also is not animal tested, and it does not contain any kind of carcinogens or damaging chemicals that most skincare systems have. So those two product lines are all we have. That's it. And we put all of our passion behind it. We have a 100% money-back guarantee on our product for 30 days. You can try our product, return it, and get a full refund within that 30 days. This means that we're putting money where our mouth is. This is how I knew that we had a great product even before I tried it, because the company does not last 10 years and be in business with a money-back guarantee if their product isn't good. So that put me secure in mind to know that this product was something that people not only wanted, but people loved, and people would use time and time and time again. So with that in order to have a successful business, you need to have a demand, you need to have a product, you need to have a system that markets that product to that demand. And what I'm going to show you now is not only the opportunity, but why people need the opportunity. And most of the time, people fall into the category called the 95%, which if you look to the left side of your screen, that's what we call a cash flow quadrant. On the left side, the E and the S stand for employee and self-employed. This makes up 95% of people. You either have a job or you own a job, meaning you're self-employed. This is trading your time for money. If you perform a service or sell a good one time, you get paid one time. In order to get paid again, you have to repeat that process. This means you're starting at zero every day over and over and over again. This is the reason why the majority of Americans are not getting ahead in life, is because they're constantly starting at zero, and then they're not making enough money. They don't have any extra sources of income. They have no passive, residual, or leverage income, which is the right side of that quadrant. The B and the I stand for business owner, who owns a business that they can walk away from and be on vacation or spending time with their family, and they're still getting paid whether they're there or not. And then you have the investor, who takes the money from their businesses and it uses it to invest in other businesses that has their money making them money. This is 5% of people that have had the financial education to be able to figure out how to make that happen. Now, it's not as complicated or as far-fetched as you would think to get from that 95% to that 5%. And that 5% doesn't even necessarily mean that you're Bill Gates or you're super rich. You can be on a medium scale of income and still be in that passive category and living a good life and not being stressed out over making your bills and ends meet. It is projected that 37% to 53% of jobs will be lost to artificial intelligence by 2030. So a lot of people are kind of in denial when it comes to artificial intelligence and how the economy is changing. I ask you, think of going to the grocery store 10 years ago versus going to the grocery store today. 10 years ago, you'd have 10 checkout lines and you'd have 10 cashiers sitting there checking you out, right? Today, if you go to the grocery store and down the street right now, you're probably going to see one or two, maybe one or two humans, and the rest self-checkouts, the rest of the technology. And that's just one example of how the economy is shifting. And now that's happening. Like Amazon, one of the largest companies in the world, created a store called Amazon Go. It's been running in Seattle. It's going to be running rampant through the whole nation come this year. But it's a store like Whole Foods or like a regular store that you walk in and there's no cashiers. Your phone beeps when you walk in, you grab a fruit or whatever you want to purchase, and then you just strictly walk out of the store. And your phone charges your Amazon account or your credit card, with whatever purchase that you made, whatever products you took out of that store, it's going to register to your phone. That technology is going to run rampant through the retail stores. And so that's 8 million jobs that people have in retail that are now going to be erased. And so what happens when you have 8 million people out in the job world looking for new jobs? That means there's going to be more people going after the same fewer amount of jobs. What happens then? That means wages go down. There is going to be a shift in this economy, and it's already happening, whether you like it or not. And whether you think you're safe or not, nobody is safe in this new economy, because we don't know what technology is going to bring. We don't know what industries are safe and what industries aren't. And so I hate when I hear people say, you know what, that's never going to affect me. They're always going to need me. That's just not true. We just don't know. You know, there's a lot of jobs that have been replaced already in the history of humankind that we never thought would be replaced. You know, the Industrial Revolution, when that came about, that erased a lot of manual labor jobs to replace things with machines. And now the people that weren't prepared for that got completely steamrolled and ended up going into the Great Depression. And so the issue is if people aren't looking forward and trying to gauge where the economy is going and what's going to happen in the future and trying to be ahead of the schedule, you're in trouble. You know, following the same system we've been following for many, many years of going to school and just getting a college degree and hoping everything works out hasn't worked out for 1.5 million people. Last year, 53% of people that had bachelor's degrees under the age of 25 were jobless or underemployed, meaning they weren't getting paid the amount of money that they should be getting paid given that degree. So that's about a 50-50 toss-up of having a college degree actually work for you. And 40% of people could not raise $2,000 in case of an emergency. That's a scary stat. And I mean, I highly doubt anybody on this webcast right now just started working yesterday. Most of us have been working for years, 10 years, decades. And if you don't have an extra $2,000, $3,000, $10,000 put aside that you can play with, that's a problem. You know, that means whatever we're doing is not working. We just keep starting it at ground zero again. And we're not setting ourselves up for a bright future. to retire with an average income of $40,000 to come in each year after you stop working, you would need $1.18 million in savings to be able to do that. Just think right now, how much is $40,000 a year even right now? Yeah, how much does that stretch? That doesn't get you too far, even today. Imagine when it's time to retire, 10, 15, 20 years from now, whatever it might be. $40,000 isn't much. And coming up with $1.18 million in retirement, that's a stretch. Most people aren't going to be able to do that. So whether you're one of the people on the left side of the quadrant right now, or one of the people on the right side, maybe you already are a business owner or investor, this opportunity fits for you because it's either going to help you get out of the problem, or you see that most people have this problem, and wherever there's something that the masses need, there's a demand. So that means that's a business opportunity for you. So either way, this works for you. Assets and liabilities are two things that are very, very commonly misunderstood. An asset is something that puts money in your pocket whether you work or you don't. So a lot of people think a house is an asset, and it can be. If you buy a house and say you're two-family and you rent out both sides, and both sides are paying you rent, and so you are actually making money, cash money each month off that house is an asset. That is an investment property. But if that house is a house that you live in and you actually pay a mortgage each month and you lose money each month by living there, then that's a liability. If money comes out of your pocket to go towards a mortgage each month and you're not making money on it, it's actually a liability. So liabilities are like car payments, cell phone bills. Any expense you have is a liability. Assets, see, the problem is we have residual bills, we have residual liabilities. No matter if you work or not, your cell phone bill is going to come, your cable bill is going to come, your rent's going to come, your car payment is going to be due, no matter what. Assets are only something that puts money in your pocket if you're not working, if you are or not working. So a job does not count as an asset. A job is a cash flow, but a true asset is something that you don't have to work for anymore. So the reason why I want you to think about these numbers is I want you to think of what your liabilities are a month. Is it 2,000? Is it 3,000? Is it 4,000? Whatever that number might be, that's the number that we're going to try to reach with building an asset here with this company to offset those liabilities. And that's what makes you financially free. If you have $3,000 worth of liabilities a month, and we help you make $3,000 extra a month with our opportunity here, then that makes you financially free. That means whether you go to work tomorrow at your full-time job or not, you will still be able to maintain your bills and pay your bills. That's financially free. That's considered wealthy. It's not the same as rich. Rich and wealthy are two different things. This is not something that is going to get you rich overnight. Not going to happen. But I can absolutely show anybody, if they give me the effort, how to become financially free in this business. It's not that hard to obtain a reasonable asset that is enough to offset your liabilities if you give me the effort. I'm going to show you how we do that. We work off of a referral system, which is very, very simple, straightforward. We all understand how referrals work. If you refer someone to T-Mobile, you'll get $50. If you refer someone to your tanning salon, you get a free tan. If you refer someone to your gym, you'll get a free month's membership. We see referrals happen all the time because word of mouth marketing is one of the most powerful forms of marketing. Every day there's 2.4 billion brand related conversations that go on in America. We like to talk about things that we like to use. You're going to refer people to the products and you're going to get paid. So when you become a business partner with us, you get samples, X amount of samples. You're going to hand those samples to people. So say like this product helped me with my migraines, right? So if I was going to hand this to my friend Sally and say, Sally, this helped me with my migraines. And you know what? I know you get migraines, so I want you to try it. If she likes it and it works for her, she's going to buy it from my pre-made website that the company gives you. So that's one of the things you get when you're a business partner is an already designed, fully functional website. She goes, buys the product from your website, and you get a cash commission. Boom. Just for making that connection. The warehouse actually sends the product out and collects the money. You don't have to worry about any of that. All you did was make that connection. Now, she's obviously going to buy the product month after month after month. Like myself, I'm not going to pick a month and be like, you know what, this month I decide I want to get migraines, so I'm going to stop taking the product. No, I'm going to stay on the product. And so every time that Sally buys the product, I'm going to get paid. That's residual income. I shared the product with her one time or even told her about it one time, and I get paid time and time and time again. So that's one way we get paid. The other way we get paid is by referring people to the company. So we referred people to the product to get paid. Now we're referring people to the company. And how I like to explain this is if you worked at a coffee shop and you went to work tomorrow morning and your owner said, hey, listen, I need to expand. I want to sell more coffee. I want to open up more coffee shops and more distribution points, but I don't want to spend ridiculous money marketing to try to find people to come work here. If you can help refer people here, whatever they bring to the business, I'll give you a matching percentage of whatever they do. And so imagine going to work tomorrow and getting a matching percentage off of everybody's paycheck that you work with. Yeah, that's a lot of money. And so that is essentially what we do here. So for instance, in the last 22 months that I've been in this company, I started with the company in February of 2016 here in Boston. And I've been building the foundation of the New England area. And I've been able to add 900 people onto my team, referred 900 people. Now, that wasn't direct referrals. I only referred a few people to the business who referred a few people who referred a few people. But because I started that chain reaction, the company gives me credit for it as well. And so every time 900 individuals get paid, I get paid. That's how I can work or not work and still get paid. I can be traveling, I can be sleeping. It doesn't matter if I work or not. I'm still going to get paid because I get paid when everybody else gets paid as well. That's the beauty of this business. So that is just referring people to the company. And I'll show you how we do that a little bit more as we go on with this. But it's as simple as showing someone a webinar like this. If you can share a link with someone and have someone download a link and get on a webinar like this, you can run this business. And let somebody else like myself do all the explaining for you. You literally just need to make that connection. So whoever put you on this call truly does care about you because this is by invite only. And you have 3 top spots when you join this organization. And so those 3 top spots are very, very valuable spots. This is a situation where anybody in those top spots is going to oversee everything that happens after they've been involved with the business. Everything that comes on the business is going to be able to help them out. And so whoever invited you here cares about you deeply because they have top spots in their organization that they want to fill with you. And so that's up to you or not if you want to take them up on that opportunity. But you can essentially have a part in everything else that they do in the business from this point on. There's $2,000 in quick start bonuses that you can achieve in your first 60 to 90 days, which is fast money up front. A lot of companies and a lot of even just traditional businesses, you're not going to see pennies for a very, very, very long time on your investment. Here, we try and get people paid quickly because that solidifies belief, and also it's just how do you grow the fastest team and fastest business in the world is you pay your people. You know, you keep your people paid, keep them happy, and that's how you make an extreme example. And so we have a massive amounts of bonuses. As far as the ranking system goes, it is as simple as the more you refer to the company or the product, the more money you're going to make. When you're a guy, it's like referring 1 or 2 customers and 1 or 2 people to the company. Very, very simple, very, very minimal work, and you're going to start receiving as a guy an average of $75 a month after that. So you do something 1 or 2 times, and you just start seeing a residual paycheck over and over and over and over again from that work that you did 1 or 2 times. Jade is taking it to another level, 1 step up. You know, you're referring a few more people to the products, you're referring a few more people to the business. Now you're making an extra $300 on average. This is taking care of some bills. You know, an extra $300 for doing something a handful of times and maintaining that rank of Jade, you're going to have a cell phone bill taken care of or a car insurance bill taken care of. This is going to impact your life. But then Pearl, another step up, is now you're just referring a few more people and you're making an extra $700 a month. Most foreclosures could have been stopped in 2008 with an extra $500 coming into the household. But most people just didn't know how to obtain an extra 5, 6, 7, 800 bucks a month when they're already tapped out on the amount of hours that they're working. If you're already working a job, 2 jobs, 3 jobs, there's no more time to trade for extra money. So this is a way that those people can actually see extra money without having to be somewhere and picking up another job. They can run this business in the cracks of their life, in the very few cracks in the schedule, 10 minutes here, 15 minutes here, and build an income for themselves that could dynamically change the way their family lives. Sapphire is just doing a little bit more, and that's where things really get interesting, because this is a position where I can show people how to offset both their 2 biggest liabilities, which is being their mortgage or their rent and their car. $1,500 extra a month is taking care of someone's mortgage, rent, or the majority of it. And then you get Dream Car qualified. They give you $1,000 down payment and $500 extra a month for a car payment. So you buy or lease the car, and they'll make the payment for it. They'll give you $500, and you can do whatever you want with it. If your payment's $300 on the new car, you pocket $200 cash, but they're going to give you $500 a month. And now that's going to offset those 2 biggest liabilities. I want you to ask yourself right now, what are you doing? What do you have in the works in your life right now that is going to allow you 6 months from now, 10 months from now, a year from now, not to have to pay your mortgage, rent, or a car payment? Do you have anything in place set up so you don't have to pay those 2 biggest liabilities? Most people don't have a plan in action for that ever to happen. They're always going to have to pay those 2 biggest liabilities. So having an opportunity here where you can have a side business that eventually, I mean, you can hit this quick or you can hit this slow. It's up to you on how much effort you want to put into it. I was double car qualified with a brand new Mercedes on the road within my first 35 days in the business. I hit the level of Sapphire for the first time in 21 days in the business. So you can do it quick. But also, I have people that hit Sapphire after 6 months. I have people that hit Sapphire after a year. But like I said, a year from now, at your current rate, are you doing anything that you're going to be able to not have to pay those 2 bills? Chances are you're not. So this is an opportunity for you. And then the sky is the limit. There's so much money to be made. Emerald is a position where I cracked 6 figures, and that's a 6-figure position at $7,400 extra a month on average. And that only took me 16 weeks to do, which wasn't super fast or super slow. And that was just because I saw the value in this, and I put a lot of effort into it. And so the more you put into it, the more you get out of it. This is work, but it's worth it. And so I usually don't get into the higher ranks too much, because I'm not here to dangle Lamborghini keys in front of you and try to tell you everybody that they're going to be diamonds and blue diamonds and making hundreds of thousands of dollars, because the majority of people don't want to put the effort in that it takes to make that kind of multiple 6-figure income. But I want you to let you know that it's there if you want to. So the reason why I took this business serious is because a friend of mine that I knew personally that wasn't very successful at much in life, and he was in a really bad point in his life a few years ago. He joined this business 2 years before I did. And he is now currently a purple diamond in the company, and he makes an average of between $58,000 and $100,000 a month as a purple diamond. And so he's my age. He's 31 years old, 32 years old, and he just made a decision in his life to change. He made a decision in his life to listen to the right people, to follow success, and to really go out and work hard on his own dreams. Everybody works hard on their 40-hour-a-week job, 50-hour-a-week job, 60-hour-a-week job, but very few people actually work hard towards their own dreams. If you do, and with the right guidance, amazing things can happen. So the sky is the limit here. The reason why we're succeeding so quickly is because of the leaders of our team. So we're Team Fusion, which is a team inside of Kyani. And it came together with Mark Davenport, who's one of my mentors, $500 million net worth. He sold his last company for $500 million, and he partnered up with Scott Bulch, who's an internet marketing guru from Texas. And so the two of them said, you know what, we want to recreate it. We want to create one of the largest teams in network marketing history and redesign how the whole industry works and how it's viewed. And because Mark Davenport from Dubai was already using the Kyani product as a triathlete and loved the product. So he's like, I have a product I can build. I have the knowledge. Let's put this together and let's make a new system that fuses online marketing with network marketing and redesigns it. That's exactly what they did. We have a corporate support team. We have record number 5 and 6 figure earners. We're a widely versatile and diverse team around the globe. There's millions and millions and millions and millions of dollars in commissions. We have a charity event, which I'll go into briefly in a minute. We have trips. I just got back about 2 weeks ago from a Emerald trip. So Emerald and above gets to go on the trip. And we were all paid, all-inclusive, 7-day trip to cruise to the Bahamas, in the Caribbean. And it was for me and a guest, all-inclusive. And I got to enjoy myself. And they rented out a whole beach for us, and they had prizes for us. And it was just incredible, And they do this on a periodic basis throughout the year. Every year, depending upon what you rank. If you're a Blue Diamond, you get to go away every quarter. Every 3-4 months, you get to go away on a trip, paid for a week by the company. They give you cash prizes. It is just incredible what they have to offer, especially to our team, because our team is the fastest growing team, not only in the company, but in the entire industry, because of how we've redesigned how things work. So people that have tried these things before and failed have a brand new chance to actually achieve their dream with the new way of doing things, because there's nothing like anybody's ever seen before. The tools, we can get into detail with the tools at another time, because again, I'm on a time crunch to get this done. I'm doing another one of these right after this, and I'm on a time crunch to get this out there to you. But there are so many tools at your disposal. You can either do this word of mouth, just face-to-face, telephone, text message, talk to each other like the old school days, or you can leverage technology. And both are fine, both work very well, but the technology is something that people love to lean towards because it allows you time freedom. So teamfusionfamily.com, go to that website after this webcast. You can learn all about the products, all about the business, hear testimonials from the leaders, even see a webcast just like this one on that home screen, learn all about the business. If you can refer people to that website, you can run this business. We have an app you can download. You can download the Coyote app. You can download the Team Fusion app. There are so many different things that you can reference to build your business. The whole point of this is not to be a salesman. It's not even to be the man. It's to be the middleman. If you can learn how to just middleman it and just connect people to information by sending out a link or sending someone a web page, you can run this business. And that takes no time at all. So I have never seen someone that is busy, that is too busy to run this business. We have a young lady that's here in the Boston marketplace that just came over from Seattle who is fighting cancer, a Harvard medical student at the same time, and is still maintaining a diamond organization, which is about an average of $14,000 a month, while doing both of that. We have another gentleman down in Texas, a friend of ours, who is oversees a state department of 700 people at his full-time job, about 60 hours a week. And on top of that, he's getting his PhDs in his last year of school, getting his PhD. And on top of that, he's a Blue Diamond organization making about $25,000 a month on average. And so there's very, very successful, strong, driven people that are very busy that can still run this organization because of how it's set up. We have a charity also. If you look at the bottom right-hand side of your screen, we've partnered with the Convoy of Hope, and the Taylor family, one of our founders, creates these mashed potato packages. They're called potato packs. For $25, you can feed a family of 5 or a child for a week. We send these disaster areas in third world countries. We send 180,000 meals down to Hurricane Harvey victims and Irma victims just recently. So this is a part of the charity that is just attached to our business, but it also counts as volume. So they incentivize. They actually give you an incentive to collect for charity, which is fantastic because you should be wanting to collect for charity anyway, but they actually reward you for the more charity you collect, the more they reward you, which is, it just goes to show the passion behind our founders of this business. They've never taken a paycheck from this company. So our founders literally just let this company run and use the money and throw it right back into the compensation plan. We get paid 54.6% of the commissions. August 23rd, we launched 2 Facebook campaigns, Wellness Simplified being one of them, about the product. You can get added to that Facebook group. It's a private Facebook group with nothing but testimonials and videos about the product. And then there's a DFY systems group, which is all about the business. You can get added to that one as well. You can leverage these 2 pages and build a whole business from there. We have people that build their whole business strictly from Facebook just by tagging and adding people to groups, tagging and adding people to groups, and making that connection that way. And so it is very, very simple to be able to utilize Facebook and technology. I mean, look at the exponential growth of how fast this thing grew. Within the first 28 days, we had 23,600 members join. And then within the last 28 days, we had another 8,000, almost 9,000 members join, 27,000 comments here. On the right side, we have 13,000 comments. This shows social proof. This shows that there's a demand and that people are loving this and that this is happening quickly. So like I said, the importance of you getting on this webinar right now is that we're at that pinnacle point where there's enough success shown, but that nobody quite knows about it yet. This is how you get started in the business, and all three packages are less than $1,000. Premium pack, Build a pack, product pack. Premium pack gives you $1,500 worth of product. This is samples that you're going to hand out. Build a pack gives you $850 worth of product. Product that you're going to hand out. Product pack gives you $550. Product that you're going to hand out. It also comes with a website already maintained, already designed for you, already hosted for you, customer service department, rep support, distribution rights in all 50 states, all 64 plus countries. You'll never have to pay another dollar to be able to sell this product anywhere in the world. Every time we get in a new country, you automatically get distribution rights there as well. This is a one-time payment. That's it. And so just the tax benefits alone by owning a home-based business, if you're not familiar with how taxes work and how it works with home-based businesses, ask who invited you here to explain it a little bit more. But I save well more than all three of these packages combined in my taxes and what I get to write off just by having this business. Just by owning the home-based business, I get more tax benefits than you could ever believe. So that's an awesome incentive. Get back to whoever invited you here to sit down and figure out what the best plan of attack is for you. My suggestion would be the Build a Pack in the middle to the Premium Pack on the right. Those two are if you want to build an income. If you want to build a 400, 500, 600, 10,000, whatever it might be, an income from this, you want to get one of those two packages. If you just want to be a customer and use the product yourself and maybe refer a couple people and maybe get your product for free, get the product pack. That's just really just the getting your toes wet kind of package. The Build a Pack and the Premium Pack is where you really start to build a business. This is what, if you're serious about succeeding, this is what you get started with. Last two slides here. This is what it looks like to have a direct sales business and the layout of time and the formulation phase, concentration phase, momentum, and long-term stable growth. Every company out there goes through a formulation phase, and that's when they're really just trying to figure things out. They're still fumbling and mumbling. Things aren't working out perfectly yet. A lot of companies, 99% of companies, fail during the formulation phase. This is the first few years of the company. That's why startups are very risky, because most fail. Then when one gets off the ground, they start making a little money, start going in the positive a little bit. That's the concentration phase. That's when they're on the right track. They're still figuring things out. Things are still going wrong here and there, but they're pretty much on the right track. That comes up to a point we call critical mass. The critical mass point is when two things line up. There's enough social proof to show that there's a demand that this works, and there already is a system in place that has been laid down. The foundation work has been done. When those two things line up, that's when momentum kicks in. And that's where we are right this very second. This is why we're on a time crunch, like I've said many times. This is why people have asked you to get on this webcast tonight, because that critical mass point is super important for you to understand that momentum is about to take off. And if you want to ride that momentum, this is the time to get started with us. After that momentum comes, it goes into long-term stable growth period. So this is where companies like Amway and Herbalife and Beachbody and Mary Kay, those companies are in long-term stable growth. There really is no extensive growth to be had. You can still make money in those companies to get customers and whatnot, but there is no more extensive growth to be had because it's already out there. Everybody already knows about it. There is no more secret. So Seeing this first is going to leave you in one of three categories. Either C, you want to be a customer. Try the product, 100% money back guarantee, 30-day money back guarantee. Get back to the person who invited you here. Say, I want your website. I want to try the product. And if I don't like it, I'll send it back. I'll get my money back, but I want to try it. Or even if you have people in your household or people in your family that you know that have illnesses or ailments, we might be able to help. It's worth a shot. If you can eliminate some pain out of someone you love's life by trying a natural product, by trying something that is food, instead of medication, wouldn't that be worth it? So make sure you think of whoever in your life could use this and let us know about it. Or B, maybe this is something you really understand and you really want to get a part of, and you don't want to see your friends succeed and have you not succeed and just sit back and watch, but you don't have the money. That happens. We understand that. Like I said, 40% of people couldn't come up with $2,000 in case of emergency. But let's figure out the money quickly. Let's get the money together in 24 hours so you don't miss the launch of your friend's business, and you don't mix what's about to happen come January 1st when we go into full phase launch mode. And so also you might have some questions. Get back to whoever invited you here, and they can answer questions or put you on the phone with someone like myself, and we can get more detail. We don't want to force or rush anybody into anything. I want you fully informed, but I want you fully informed very, very quickly so you do not miss out. Or A, you're all in. And you know what? That was me. There's only 3 things that I need to line up for me to say yes to an opportunity before, and I don't hesitate. 1, the product needs to make sense. I need to know scientifically, and does it have enough demand? I knew that this product scientifically made sense because I went to KayaniScience.com. I looked it all over, and I knew there was a demand because there's hundreds of thousands of testimonials already out there in the world. I knew there was a demand. That checked off. Number 2, I need to know that the founders were solid. I need to know that this business was built on solid ground, being the founders. I've seen that they never lost a soul of business. I know that they have a lot on the line as far as their name. They have billion-dollar companies that they would lose if anything bad was to happen. So they are a very, very strong, high-integrity kind of people. That was a check for me. And the third thing was I need to make sure the business model works, the system, because you can have a great product, you can have a great demand, but if you don't have a great system of distribution, you don't have a business. And so I understood that the referral business and how we utilize social media and have something that you don't have to be a salesman and you can just make the referral, make the connection. I understood that worked. That was a check for me. There was nothing else I needed to figure out. I was in this for 3 months, already making paychecks, already driving my pay for a car before I truly even understood what half my paychecks meant. I was just going and being passionate and sharing this because, like I said, I have many other ways that I make money. This is not just money to me. This is the fact that I get to impact people's lives using the butterfly effect. You have no idea what kind of impact you can have on the world given the right platform and the right vehicle. This is what I use here. This is how I have people in Paris sending me testimonials. I've never met anybody in Paris, but because I said yes to an opportunity 22 months ago, the chain reaction butterfly effect took effect, and now there's people in Paris that feel better because of it. That means the world to me. So I take action, and I'll leave you with a quick story about my father. My father was a Marine Corps vet, Vietnam vet. He went to the war at 17, came home, went right to work, working as a blue-collar guy in the union. The union paid well, had great benefits, but as time went on, inflation was rising. His income wasn't rising that well, and we were struggling. My mother passed away when I was 14, and after that, my father didn't want to remarry. My father only wanted to go get an RV and travel the country after I graduated high school. That was his goal. That was his plan. And so I saw a pamphlet sit next to his nightstand every day. I graduated high school week after week, month after month, year after year. I saw that pamphlet sitting there. He didn't have the money to get that RV. He continued to have to work up until the point where he got sick. Then we found out he had cancer. That pamphlet was still sitting there until the day I had to throw it away. That was the day my dad died. My dad never got to take that trip. My dad never got to do anything. He always thought there was more time. He always thought that the old wives' tale of if you just work hard, things will pay off. Hey, that was the biggest lie that was ever told to me. Because you can be the most hardworking, driven individual in the world, but if you're not in the right vehicle, if you're not pointed in the right direction, on the right path, that hard work is not going to lead you to where you want to be. I promise you that. And don't let it take too long to figure that out. Don't let it be too late like it was with my father. I take action. I don't hesitate. Hesitation is the thief to all success. I go out and make things happen. I take advantage of opportunities that come my way. I'm successful and have been successful and have had a six-figure income or a multiple six-figure income for most of my adult life, not because I'm super smart, not because I'm better than everybody, but simply because I said yes when other people said no. I took action when other people waited. I said now when other people said someday, when someday is never on a calendar. I promise you that. You can go look at every calendar in the world. There's no someday on it. So if this makes sense to you, get back to who invited you to this webinar and let's get you started. We have another webinar coming up. And so I want to make sure that you and your loved ones are on that one. And so the people that you care about most are seeing this first before anybody else. Because again, this is an invite-only business. And so we are making sure the people that we care about see this first. Again, my name is Darren Burks. I thank you for joining us on tonight's webcast. I will talk to you soon. Welcome to the team.